What's up, guys? Hope you're having an awesome day. My name is Andrew, but you can call me Andy, and this is J-ROCK MD, the show where we talk about all things J-ROCK. And guys, on today's episode, we are trying a brand new format in the form of J-ROCK Weekly Roundup. Guys, let's just jump into this. Yes, guys, we are ditching a traditional reaction style format for this new weekly roundup format for a number of reasons. First off, while I love doing reactions, I feel like I'm not able to do justice and cover all ends of the J-Rock, J-Pop, J-Metal universe, and I feel like there's so much more out there for me to discover and listen to, and so by giving myself leeway to go and explore and deep dive into different areas of new and emerging Japanese music, I feel like I can do it a little more justice. Second is because I am actually strapped for time these days. I am doing a master's program which involves so much of my time, and so I really want to be able to enjoy these songs on my own time, come back to them, review them, and have conversations about them with you. And finally, at the end of the day, I want to listen to as much music as I can possible, and I want to have an authentic first listen and re-listen and really sit with that song before I chat with it with you guys, and so that is another reason why I want to switch to this style of format. Now, I will never fully ditch reactions, and you can imagine that the big players on the channel in the form of like One OK Rock, Baby Metal, Hanabiye, and the likes of those will always have a place here for reactions. So we're not ditching reactions totally, it just won't be the main focus of the channel. So without further ado, let's get into our weekly roundup. First off, we are starting with Ano's Pikaresque Hero, and that was such a really cool release this week, giving a heavier vibe to Ano songs. I think to date, this was probably the heaviest song I've heard from Ano. Full of screams, full of excitement. The music video was wacky and exciting and ever-changing, and it really had that Ano flair to it, but again, really super heavy, and I really appreciated that. Next up, we had East of Eden's Weight of Choice, and that was like a slower ballad, very emotional and very different from their more upbeat J-Rock stuff. There were a lot of kind of interesting, heavier, deep riffs, but ultimately, it was a really good rock power ballad. It really showcased Akane's vocal prowess, which I found the star of the show generally is the violin, so I really appreciated this song, Weight of Choice. Next up, we had Super Beaver's Ikigai, and Super Beaver's Ikigai was a very uplifting Royal Road riff heavy song with a gorgeous music video. Beautiful song that picks up and ramps up and just ultimately was Super Beaver at their best. Next up, we had Milet's The Story of Us, and while this was more in the J-Rock sphere, I really appreciated this was a ending theme for the anime, sorry if I butcher this, Frieren Beyond Journeys. So this was the end of season 2, their ending, and again, a very kind of like uplifting J-pop ballad, hopeful, and really showcased that kind of adventurous tone, and Milet's silky smooth vocals. I feel like it perfectly complements Mrs. Green Apple's opening. After that, we had Speak of the Devil by Survive Said the Prophet featuring Masato's Cold Rain. Now, this one was a return to form for Survive. I found very heavy opening and heavy verses. The catchy post-hardcore chorus, super catchy, had pop elements to it, but still kept its heaviness. Masato adds such an epic heaviness to this song, and I honestly think that the breakdown and then Yoshi's dueling, screaming vocals with Masato was just the cherry on top. Return to form. If we get more of this from Survive Said the Prophet, I think we're all going to be very happy fans. After that, we had King Gnu's Aizo. Now, I believe that this is an opening or music that goes along with Jujutsu Kaisen. Very epic, very fast-paced. It had this kind of like video game-inspired music video, and it was this really cool kind of like J-pop track. A lot of funk mixed in there, and this heavy synth on the guitars. Very catchy pre-chorus and going into a very poppy chorus. This is honestly such a standout from our friend King Gnu. After that, we had Nelk's Saite, and we already reacted to Nelk for the first time on this channel, but this was a more emotionally driven power battle with a very kind of whimsical acoustic guitar put in the middle between verses. Really appreciated that. And Ririko, the lead singer, had just a very emotional, raw voice. A lot of erratic guitar build-up. Very, very amazing riffs. I really appreciated the song, and I really want to go down the Nelk rabbit hole. Special shout out goes to Kill the Noise by Spire. Although the official music video is dropping, I believe tomorrow as of posting this video, we already have the official track over on streaming services, as well as a little anime snippet, because this is actually an anime opening for Fate Strange Fake. And although I know nothing about this anime, the song alone, this opening, really makes me want to listen to. Very, very heavy intro, almost reminiscent of the rumbling, Sims rumbling, that we saw as an opening for Attack on Titan. A very beautiful, emotional, uplifting chorus. Has a lot of post-hardcore elements to it. Very chuggy, lots of heart. And honestly, it was the standout of the week for me for sure. This is actually going on the official J-ROCK MD playlist, so go check that out either on Apple Music or Spotify. And finally, I want to include a discovery of the week. So every week I want to discover a new J-Rock band, whether it's in the indie world or more on the pop side or even in the metal side. And so this one, we've got kind of like an indie metal rock band in the form of EMNW and their release called Headbang Baby. They are a really cool kind of new metal duo, and I loved absolutely everything about this. Very kind of Limp Bizkit inspired, rock meets metal meets rap, very catchy chorus, and I felt like they had a couple of reggae throws in there, very catchy riffs. It was a standout. If you know EMNW, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. This was a new discovery for me this week. I appreciated it, and I hope that if you check them out, you will also appreciate them. That is it for your weekly J-Rock roundup here on J-Rock MD. If you liked any of these releases this week, you gotta hit this video with the like button. Of course, all the links for all of these music videos will be in the description down below if you want to check those music videos out. If you like this new format, please, please, please hit me with a double like. It'll let me know that this is the kind of stuff that you want to see, and hit that subscribe button and bell notification for when we drop next week's weekly roundup. You are the first to find out, guys. Until we meet again, I'm gonna see you all in the next one.